So I've been traveling a lot lately and I just needed like a reset, some kind of like reboot, reset, a healthy detox. I didn't want to do an intense detox, so I want to share the last 10 days, what I've been doing with the Sakara Life 10-day reset and just how much better I feel. The reason I wanted to make today's video is because I think that a lot of times people feel like they just need a reset, kind of like, you know, maybe you've fallen off the wagon or you've been eating a certain way. And, you know, sometimes when you get off your path or you're eating unhealthy for a long period of time or off your routine, it seems so hard to just get back on track. And this is why everyone kind of goes into that, like, I just need a deep detox. I need something like intense to like kickstart me back in. And that's why I wanted to share this, because I'm really not a fan of intense detoxes, artificial detoxes, and this is one that I think is super gentle. I'm so aligned with everything this brand carries, all of their products, their food, so I wanted to share a little bit about the 10-day reset. So a little backstory on why I even wanted to do the 10-day reset. I've been traveling a ton this summer, like a little more than usual, and even though I, you know, feel like I know how to eat healthy and it's something I've been doing for years, I actually have really been struggling staying on my routine. Not only do I have to find a grocery store, I want to find like a clean grocery store. Like, what do they carry? Do they have the same brands? Sometimes I'm staying in a hotel and I can't order out. So just a bunch of things. So I felt like it was perfect for me to do the 10-day reset. I've talked about Sakara Life for a while on Instagram. I've known Whitney and Danielle, the founders, for years. We actually met at the Mind Body Green like wellness like retreat almost 3 years ago now. And I just like fell in love with their story and their theories. They were both having struggles, like different areas, one with weight, one with skincare. And, you know, it all goes back to what you're putting in your body and how you're treating your body. So they created Sakara Life, which is actually a meal delivery service. I've talked about this before. I'm not big on many meal delivery services because usually they send you like frozen or a week at a time. This is literally delivered fresh every single day. I actually like don't know how they got that down, but it's pretty amazing. One day I thought it didn't come and I was like 9 a.m. and then I realized that it was actually sitting outside my door since 4 a.m. Like, they're really on it. So the meals are great, but back to this video, sorry, kind of got on a tangent. They can be a little bit pricey for some people, so I thought the 10-day reset was perfect instead as like an alternative. It's much more cost affordable, it's a little more realistic, and it's perfect to just kind of get you back on track, and then you can go from there. It comes with different recipes, different meals, you've got snacks, you've got tea. So let's get into a little bit of how it works. So after you've had a little bit of water and you've hydrated, they have a great daily probiotic blend. So what I like about this, because there's lots of probiotics, the cool thing about this one is that it also has the enzyme blend in there. And I think that when you're doing a reset, making sure your gut is working is so important. It's not just about probiotics. A lot of people oftentimes have trouble digesting certain food, and enzymes are what digest and break down our food. So having that as like a little bit of aid can be really helpful, especially sometimes eating high fiber foods or plant-based foods. Sometimes it can be difficult if you're not used to it to digest. So all of the probiotics or probiotic, prebiotic / enzymes in here. It comes with 30, you take 2 a day for 10 days. So you don't want to throw this packet out if you're gonna try it. Now let's go on to breakfast. Basically, this recipe is 1 packet of the Life Source powder, a half a banana, a handful of spinach, a cup of almond milk, a tablespoon of a healthy fat. So I'm gonna use almond butter. Now remember, in terms of food combining, this is all still working here. Banana is the one fruit that you can combine with proteins or fats because it's digested very slowly. And the way you can remember that is you can't juice a banana. Obviously, it's like a little more dense. So bananas are the one thing that I will mix with any kind of like protein. I'm gonna put a few ice cubes, and then they have optional to add sweetener, like a little bit of raw honey. I don't need sweetener when there's a banana, it's more than enough. So the 10-day reset is exactly what it sounds like. It's basically a reset to get everything feeling better in your body, your microbiome, which is the good bacteria in your gut. And we've all really learned, and actually the microbiome is still somewhat of a new area of research, but we're learning so much about it. And if you aren't digesting your food, then there's really no point in eating healthy food. You're only what you absorb. You're not what you eat. So if you have to get a healthy gut to be able to absorb all the amazing food you're eating. So it has probiotics, a recipe book, and it's got so many amazing recipes in there. One thing I like about it is that a lot of the recipes are really simple. You guys probably know me by now. I am not like the best cook ever. I like things that are really easy. A lot of the ingredients you can have in your kitchen. It's not like you need a teaspoon of this spice and that. Like, I just can't get into anything that complicated. Okay, today I'm making one of the lunches on the Sakara 10-day reset. I wanted to share. I'm picking out my favorite one that I've made from Aldi's. This is the lemon and kale detox Caesar. One thing I love is that minimal ingredients, so it's super easy, and I love Caesar salad. It's one of the things that was hard for me to give up, even going plant-based. So finding super clean ways, like all these ingredients are whole foods, really easy to still get that creaminess that sometimes we think we can't have eating plant-based. That's my favorite part. So the ingredients are 3 loosely packed cups of kale, de-stemmed and cut into 1-inch strips. Then we're gonna do 1 large carrot shredded, 1 lemon wedge, and the dressing is kind of where the magic happens. As you can see, these are like the cleanest, most amazing ingredients. And one thing when you're doing or learning how to kind of reset and eat clean, you forget that natural food in its whole state has so much flavor. You just have to take advantage of it and use different things. So now we're going to make the salad dressing. I know a salad can seem light, but this is a lot of beans. Like, if you can see in this bowl, it calls for a lot. So you're gonna get a lot of fiber, a lot of protein. It's gonna, you know, keep you full. Then we got some shredded carrots. Okay, and now we'll add the dressing. Just to warn you guys, this is very garlicky. If you like garlic, great. If not, just be careful. Maybe have it at home, not around your boyfriend or girlfriend. In general, overall, it's just gonna give you a little boost of energy, kind of detox you, you know, get your gut healthy again, and just get you on the right track. Okay, so we're still on the 10-day reset today. I want to show you an example of an amazing lunch. This one is a simple steamed veggies with lemon tahini sauce. I love this one because I think it's a really good example of a meal that you wouldn't think would be satiating or like yummy, but it really is. Taking something like veggies that are really light and pairing them with like some kind of plant-based creamy sauce, like tahini is the perfect one to do. This naturally has a lot of fat. It's naturally sesame seed, so it's got like 17 grams of fat in one serving. And so when you pair like a good heavy sauce like that with something light, it's just the perfect combo. Whereas, you know, some people will do like a creamy sauce with like a pasta, and you know, that can be a little bit heavy. So I wanted to show this example specifically. You can have this as like a side dish, or if you want this as your full meal, you can put it over some brown rice. The fats and rice actually pair perfectly. In this recipe, they just kind of show the veggies, but I just wanted to show you how I make it my own into a full meal. You don't want to boil your veggies, you just want to use the steam. It's also important to put your top on here so that the nutrients aren't just getting out into the air. So I'll put a little bit of water in here, throw the veggies in, and it's as simple as that. So for this sauce, you can actually just mix it in a bowl. I mean, you always have the option of blending it, but I think for now, I'm just gonna show you how easy it is to mix it in a bowl. This is actually one of the quickest meals. The brown rice I already made, so you can just boil the rice. It's easy too. I'm actually gonna try a little bit of the sauce. Yum. If you've never had tahini, it's almost got like a little bit of a peanut taste, but it's just like ground up sesame seeds. And little fun fact, sesame seeds are great for boosting your own collagen, so it's a great one. They're like to just help you kind of get that plumpness in your face. Here's the final product. It's still really hot. There's a lot of steam coming from it, but this might be one of the simplest, like nourishing, easy meals to make. A lot of flavor, definitely very filling. You could even do like a little bit less rice because between the tahini and all the veggies and the fiber, it's definitely gonna keep you full. So like I said, you can make this a side dish, but for me, this is gonna be my lunch today. One of my other favorite things that the 10-day reset comes with is 2 different kinds of water drops. You've got a beauty drop, which is silica, like 72 different minerals. It's really just like a beauty drop. It really hydrates you. Silica is amazing for your skin. You can find it in certain foods like cucumber. A lot of skincare will try to incorporate it. And then it's got chlorophyll drops, which is amazing for heavy metal detoxing, especially if you eat a lot of fish that's not always wild. There's a lot of things that can just kind of help detox you with. For this 10-day reset, if you want to do this in your real life, I think it's perfect because you don't necessarily have 10 days to just sit home and cook all day and like do yoga and meditate. That would be amazing, but this is more like a realistic 10-day reset. And actually making the recipes yourself, I think, is really good because it's teaching you to be able to do this in your own life. So for me, the 10-day reset was really perfect, and I just think it came at the perfect time because I just felt better. Honestly, like traveling and eating out, I noticed that every time I was eating, even when I would order healthy food, like I still order plant-based, I would still order gluten-free, organic, it still sometimes just wasn't sitting well because you never know what you're getting when you're ordering out. And I think, you know, traveling and when you're not making your own food. So just kind of getting back on track with that 10 days, it really helped me feel better. I wasn't getting like random stomach aches throughout the day. Like I didn't have like discomfort, like painful bloating. So it was good for that sense. But also mentally, it just kind of got me back, like refocused, because you can be the healthiest person in the world, but everyone falls off sometimes. Everyone like has times where they're off their routine or they feel unorganized or like a little bit disheveled. And I think almost committing to something is also what's so important. Like I committed to that 10 days. I did it for myself. And when you finish that, you just feel good. So don't ever underestimate like what you do for yourself and, you know, that commitment to yourself, because that's the most important one, and you'll realize that it makes you feel the best. So for anyone watching this who kind of feels like they need that restart and also just wants the inspiration to start cooking their own meals, and especially if you're trying to look to go more plant-based, even if you don't want to go fully plant-based, but you just kind of want to try out some great new recipes, like, you know, like the creamy Caesar is one of my favorites. Definitely give it a try. If you guys want to try out Sakara Life, I will leave my code below this video. If you have any questions on any of the recipes that I shared, please leave it below. Anything else, just want to say hi, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you next time.